morning students. Today we will study class 9 chapter 10, that is gravitation. In previous lectures we had studied about free fall, acceleration due to gravity, mass and weight. In today's lecture we will study about thrust and pressure. So what is thrust? Thrust is the force that is acting on an object perpendicular to the surface. That is, thrust is just a force which is acting like 90 degree. It is a surface and it is the force. So it is acting 90 degree. So that's why it is called thrust. But on the other side, pressure is also the force, but it is acting perpendicular on a unit area of surface. So kept in mind, here the area is unit area. So pressure equals to thrust upon area. So now the unit for pressure is, thrust is a force. So its unit is Newton. And the unit of area is meter square. So SI units is Newton per meter square. But the SI unit is developed by Blaise Pascal. So we denoted the SI unit of pressure as Pascal. So here pressure is equals to thrust upon area. So pressure has SI unit, that is Pascal. So here next topic is pressure in fluids. So liquid and gases are fluids. So anything that flow continuously is called fluid. So liquid and gases are fluids. So a fluid exerts pressure on the base and the walls of container where it is enclosed. So we can say that pressure exerted by fluid is on the base of the container and on the walls of the container. Next is pressure exerted by fluid is exerted by fluid is in all direction. It is same to all direction. As the balloon, we blow air in the balloon, the pressure of the air inside the balloon is same in all directions. So next is upthrust and beyond force. So upthrust is the force which is exerted by the liquid when an object is immersed in it. So it is the upward force. For example, here is a box in a beaker. So the force which is exerted by liquid in upward direction is the upthrust. So the upthrust depends upon the size of the body and the density of the body. If the size of the body is small, then the upthrust is small. If the density of the liquid is more, then the upthrust is less. Next is buoyancy. Buoyancy is the tendency of an object to float. So is the object float? That is called buoyancy. So here there is two types of force that is occurring on the object. That is, number one, it is the weight of the body that is acting downward. It is the upthrust that is acting upward. So we can say that here F2 is the upthrust and F1 is the weight. So the object floats, F2 is greater than F1. So we can say that object floats. If the weight of the body is less, then the object floats. If the density of the object is less than the density of liquid, then the object floats. The object sinks when the weight of the body is greater than the upthrust. Then we can say that object sinks. So the density of the object is greater than density of liquid. Then we can say that object sinks. So here is the point which show that is the object sink or float. So next is Archimedes principle. So the Archimedes principle states that when a body is immersed partially or completely in a fluid, it experiences an upthrust which is equals to the weight of the body displaced by the body. So that is upthrust is weight of the body in air minus weight of the body in fluid. So that is called Archimedes principle. So next topic is relative density. So relative density is the ratio of the density of substance to the density of water. Since the relative density is the number of times a given substance is heavier than equal volume of water. So the relative density has no unit because it is a ratio of the same substance. Because the unit of density and here is also unit of density, so there is no unit for relative density. So relative density also expressed as mass of substance to mass of water. So we can also use these terms for calculating the relative density. On the other side, the pressure is thrust upon area has also the different consequences. You can see a knife has the sharp edge. Because the sharp edge has smaller area, so the pressure on the vegetable or fruit by cutting with this sharp tool is higher. Number 2, if you try to put the thin strap of the string for carrying heavy bag, it is not easy to put that string because the area of string is small and the pressure exerted on your hand is high. For another example, a camel can easily walk on sand, but the human cannot because camel has the area of the camel's foot is small, but the area is small, the pressure is higher. So we can say that camel can walk on sand easily. So there are number of consequences you can see for pressure that is only created by that point, and pressure is thrust upon area. So here we had completed the chapter number 10, that is gravitation. So try and revise this chapter and ready for the test. Thank you.